What's happening? It's me, T, coming at you with a new reading for today. I'm so excited. Did you guys see my post on the whole makeup post, like makeup wine party, makeup paint night wine party? I'm so excited. That is so clutch. Actually, I've been wanting to put it, I had that I'm gonna say I had that reality, no longer a dream. I had that reality in my mind for a very long time, but I didn't have the energy to kind of post it. And today, Spirit guided the post, baby. What am I'm wondering if I need some water right now. I think it's, yeah, I've been getting a yes. So just give me one moment because I was just too excited, so I clicked on. Give me one moment and I'll be right back. Alright, so here we go. P.S. I am so excited because I am drinking on the job today, bitches. I don't even have, like, I never drink, and I just felt like a motherfucking beer today, because we're gonna just celebrate. We're gonna let loose. We're gonna celebrate. Cheers, bitches. Cheers. This one's, by the way, so fucking great. Okay. So, this is gonna be a celebration type of read for sure. Do I do this one? Okay. So we're doing two cards, two decks today. All right. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Okay. Hold on one second. All right. So we're doing one of each. Ooh, that's exciting. That's a good way to do it. Okay. So, do I clear these cards out right now? All right, I'm getting no, so they're good to go. High vibing, baby. All right, so we're doing the Angel Answer Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine as the yin aspect of, what is it? Oh, I don't even know. I think it's, okay, I think it's Sunday, so it's today at 3 o'clock on into Monday. And when I say 3 o'clock, I mean 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time onto Monday the 15th, up until 3 o'clock, also Eastern Standard Time. So, ooh, thank you, Spirit. Oh my God, this is so exciting. The signs are phenomenal in the most realist. Okay, I'm really excited. So, woo! I'm really excited. Alright. So, this is exciting because I haven't felt this excited in a very long time. Alright. So, this first, oh, thank you, Spirit. That's so awesome. Yo, the signs that are coming through are miraculous. Thank you. Thank you to Spirit's miraculousness. Okay. So, the first card deck is going to be basically for the first day, which is today, the career day, okay? Or what I labeled feng shui wise as the career day. Sunday fun day. So, okay. So, highest best one card for today. and this reading in general. Okay, awesome. Got that down pat. Okay. Alright. And let's just do the next card for basically Monday. And this is the... Ooh, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, thank you. Okay. I'm gonna say this is... Okay, so introducing this card deck. It is the Talking to Heaven by James Van Praagh Oracle card deck. Okay, this is the one. Awesome. Okay. I don't know if we're going to talk about the bottom of the decks, but first and foremost, let's just get to it. Alright, so the first card here from the Angel Answer Oracle deck is Remain Positive. There is definitely something coming through today that is making you having to persevere. And you could have even been hit with a choice of needing to persevere. Like, are you just gonna like play dead, or are you gonna persevere, right? And my whole thing is, sometimes the natural state of your body is literally to just, in terms of whenever you're like meaning to like let go of things and or ponder things, you kind of have to play a little dead, right? And it's some of us don't play dead. Some of us really feel like we're fucking dead on the inside, honestly. But the whole thing is, you have a choice today. Do you get to play dead, or like do you like have you had enough of playing dead, and or are you going to persevere, which kind of sort of also feels like coming back alive, right? So you might be hit with a decision to be like, all right, or it just might come like, if you like, let's say you're like sifting, you might be sifting through ideas and you're like, okay, so this came up in your mind, you're like, I'm choosing positivity. So that could be another story. Remain positive also means in this regard to literally you could be turning you could be, I like to say spinning. You could be spinning around your negatives into positives, which is also remaining positive, right? Give me 1 second. So refreshing. Oh, fuck. It's so amazing. Okay. And what was I going to say? God bless America, where I can actually fucking work and drink at the same time and not get super tipsy, but fuck it. If it happens, it happens. More for the free flow, baby. More for the free flow. So remain positive also means that you could be coming from a dark, really dark place, and then all of a sudden there is kind of like you're fading into the light, which is like, fuck yeah, you know? I also feel like remaining positive could mean that you're taking back your power. So whether I feel like you talk to somebody or two people or more people in your vicinity that kind of like helped you let go of a lot of stuff to then regain more stuff. Today is the regaining of more stuff, right? Like, you might have given yourself the time to like feel the deadness of it all. Really kind of not comply with it, but at the same time kind of sort of having to, which also means kind of accepting it at the same time, which fucking sucks, honestly, when it comes down to it. But at the same time, once you're able to accept it, I feel like hence the free flow, right? So and I'm talking about creative ideas, like, you know, things like that. Like, it's just like the next, how Oprah puts it, it's the next highest and best and right thing to do. She likes to say, what's the next right thing to do? And for you, I feel like the next right thing to do surprised the fucking shit out of you after you had done all the, you know, kind of what I like to call decrepit work, because it really fucking sucks that you have to do the work to get through it, that like I feel like no one else is ever willing to do, but you're putting in the work spiritually to then do it realistically, and then to also set yourself up, but then also to gain more, you know, more whatever needs to happen, whatever needs to happen in the future, gain more of that, like more of that positivity. Like, and what I'm seeing is illuminated, so gain more of that light, I guess, like in your world. You know what I'm saying? That enhancement light. I love it. What else? Okay, moving on to the next card. We're gonna just put them together. All right. So the next card is the Yang card. I shouldn't have mentioned that the first card was a Yin card. This is a Yang card, and it's from, I know I just mentioned it, but it's from Talking to Heaven by James Van Praagh. And the card says, there's a world on it, by the way, I have to just say that. If I had only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. Oh my shit, this is so fucking good because of the fact that, oh my god, this is like so, I gotta feel the feels because it's like, the feels are so clutch because of the fact that, like I said, you may have had a pep talk with somebody to actually have, first of all, it was a very quality pep talk. Second of all, it was a pep talk that literally had so much to do with this, that it's like, you know, it's like you might be talking to somebody older than you, or wiser, or, I mean, both, or you know, somebody very relatable, somebody that went through your situation, somebody that has that experience, you know, under their belt type of thing, you know, and so the whole thing is like, and it's crazy because the word, the phrase lived differently stands so the fuck out that I feel like it's wild, because I think part of your kind of like depresso-ness or darkness might have been that you are just different, but you're not living differently, right? And now that person was just kind of, and like, you know, obviously life hands you a nice fucking, you know, set of cards sometimes. And when I say nice, I mean, you know, you have to make it nice. You have to remain positive with it, right? It may not look so nice, but at the same time, you working through it with another person might have given you the permission to live out your life differently, and or the combination of both, where it's like you might go to vent to somebody and like just fucking talk about, you know, like maybe you meant to go talk about one thing and then you started talking about another thing, but the other thing that you started to talk about is literally like meant to open you up more towards the acceptance of yourself, the acceptance of what's going on, the shit show of what just is that you can't fucking really help anymore on, you know, you claiming your power within it all in terms of like sifting, like I said before, it's like, you're not going to do this, but you're going to do this. You're not going to, like, I always love that song by, and I gotta write it down, by Meatloaf, you know, I won't do that. Like, I love you, but I won't do that, something like that. So it's kind of like that. It's like, and this also, by the way, could be very familiar, like having to do with a lot of family, in so many different ways of that, and hence maybe why the world, because it kind of either feels like the world on your shoulders, maybe you're like a person that unites or wants your entire family to unite if it was up to you. Maybe it's a person, maybe you're the person that like literally just kind of sees the bigger picture and yet is kind of stuck in the smaller picture of things, where you're like, I just can't seem to fucking get out. And like the image that's been coming to me lately has been like Ace Ventura coming out like of the asshole of the rhino. Remember that in Ace Ventura where he was just like, it's because it's too hot? And to me, I was thinking about that because, and so also I'll go back to that in just a second. But like literally I was thinking about, or no, I ran into, there was a post somebody had like, and it was on Comedy Central. I was like laughing so hard, where they were like, oh, it's a rebirth, and like what people are doing to feel like they need, like, to feel the process of the rebirth. And I was like, oh my god, this is wild, because I was like, I literally was going through a rebirth, I felt like, at that time. And so I was like, so Spirit's amazing because they just send you funny shit to laugh at to get through the fucking pain of it to then feel the joy, right? So this is what, that exact statement right there is like, you got through the pain to feel the joy. And today you're feeling the joy, Your today might be tomorrow, right? But it is what it is in terms of like, I feel as though when I claim that in terms of, okay, this is at 3 o'clock, this starts at 3 o'clock today into basically ends at 3 o'clock tomorrow, like this is the energy, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't fuck around with spirit doesn't fuck around with me. Like when we fucking state our claims, like that's how we do it. We're very straightforward. There's nothing more to it. We can try to keep it very simple, especially when it comes to like trying to keep it simple over technology, because technology could be a little what's it called, non-simple, so it's kind of like to rebalance it. I guess in the ethers I'm like at a bar or some shit, but it is Aquarius. I think we're still in the Aquarius moon, so anything can happen, and anything can be in the ethers right now in terms of just like how you want to live your life, so this is so beautiful. Okay, Spirit's telling me to read the book, and I feel like I really should. If I had only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. Somebody is definitely coming out of their shell, for real. Like it's like they're realizing that like they almost have no time to do this, so the time has to be now, right? So decisions are being made in terms of like time is fleeting, like you can't get that shit back, so you might as well fucking live the life that you need to be living right now. Yeah, and I'm seeing the word painless as I'm actually flipping through this book, which I feel as though that is kind of how you are feeling now. It's like the Fool, the Fool card in the tarot deck. It's like feeling like you're fucking good to go. You are good to go. And that, I just literally saw somebody jump. It says, believe in yourself, you can do it. As I said, good to go. Amen. And something that I just, okay, hold on 1 second. I'm just trying to find this card okay. Yep. All right. It says, while living on the earth, oh my god, this is nuts. And the page is 47 in case anybody finds that significant for them, but I do for myself today, for sure. It says, while living on earth, if I had realized just how creative and powerful my thoughts were and their effect on another person, I would have been so much more aware of what I put out. Oh shit, this is fucking phenomenal. Oh my god, this is such earth school right now, because of the fact that I also think, and I forgot about this part, I also think that there's a shadow side to this reading where it is you are dealing with, I'm gonna say 1 or 2, hopefully not more people, that literally might be living in their regrets in what they put out there for you. So, because it's kind of like, I'm gonna say it's like you ran away. You know what I'm saying? It's like you ran away. And the whole thing is, it's not a bad thing, because, the whole running away might seem negative, but, there are sensitive people out there that actually choose not to take anybody's shit, or choose not to be around certain energies anymore, and they, they're free to go. And so that's what I wanted to say. It's not even about the running, it's about the freedom. And so it's like no one's fault, but it's the aspect of and I am feeling so much heat right now when I'm saying this, but I'm gonna just say there's 2 things. The people that have wished somebody ill will, right, in the past, is now feeling the fucking pain, right? While the person that was really just kind of doing what they were told by spirit, even if other people didn't like it, are actually feeling painless, right? So they're feeling a lot lighter, which is hallelujah, amen, because we fucking went through the thick of it, okay? So it's like, finally. And I am so gonna put such fucking protection over all of it, permanently, prosperously, and profitably, to never be fucking touched by anybody, because of the fact that I work hard for this. I really do. I work super fucking consistently, like hopefully I might not have to work that hard in the future, but I'm saying I work hard at my results, right? I work hard, even if I have to go through the thick of it. It's like, I fucking know deep down inside, okay, it's like we know we're going through the thick of it, but fucking remain positive, and shit will fucking blossom soon. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just say that there is somebody, and oh my god, it's so fun. Oh my god, that's so funny. I just flipped a book and it says it's magical here. So yeah, so somebody who is a magical person is living their fucking magical life beginning today. That's all I gotta say. And blessings to the people that may have made it a little harder for the magical person to live out their life a little bit, and or had a lot to say about it in a negative way or in a realistic way or whatever the fuck have you. You know, maybe they said all too much for no fucking reason. You know, God bless all of you. Now it is time for our people, in terms of the fucking dreamers that want to have their way. They are actually living out the reality beginning today. It's so fun. It's so fucking fun. Cheers to that. I'm going to drink another fucking sip. I am so excited, y'all. This is amazing. So amazing. So amazing. Is there anything else I have to say there? Let me just see. While living on this earth, if I had realized just how creative and powerful my thoughts were and their effect on another person, I would have been so much more aware of what I put out. That's fucking so true. So yeah, there might be, so, and I'm talking to the creatively powerful people, by the way, living here on earth. Amen. That's who I'm talking to. That they're having a fucking good day today. They're having a good day, and they're about to have a really good life, in terms of, and that's going to be the reality check that fucking hits them. Because everybody loves to talk, oh, you know, not to say, you know, it's not to, you know, there's some people that want to try to help people be, you know, kind of come down to the ground, but then there's also those people that are already down to the ground that are not even, like, there's nobody that actually recognizes that shit and are just dreaming a little higher or a little further, like pushing the envelope, or are using their fucking resources, you know, well, instead of you know, being seen as a user or abuser. It's just like, it's, thank you, Spirit, that was a confirmation. But my whole thing is, it's like, it doesn't have to look so fucking negative. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be so negative. My whole thing is, before you judge another person in terms of negativity or anything like that, take the time to feel into the fucking heart and soul and character of the person, because that'll tell you everything. That'll tell you everything. Whether you should believe in them, whether they're trustworthy, like all that shit. Even their fucking work ethic. Like, if their work ethic is fucking on fire, bro, that's a good fucking person, because a lot of people in this world don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? And they have a different level of giving a shit, but when you have a good work ethic, you give a lot of shit about what you're actually putting your lifetime to. So the whole thing is, it's like, you know, the give a shitters out there on the highest and best levels, like, I don't think they were treated as greatly as they can be, to be honest with you. And I think that's just a dilemma that we have in this world. Talk about the world's card. But the whole thing is, and the only reason why that is because people have no patience. Maybe there's two reasons. People have no patience. That was the second reason. And the first reason is that people don't have the fucking they don't find it important to feel into somebody else's emotions. Okay, like everybody thinks like, oh, emotions are like they're like the weather. They don't really matter. But then it's like if you ask yourself if weather fucking matters, it does matter. It affects everything. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is like. Emotional is like emotions are foundational. If you don't fucking feel into that, you don't fucking have the person. You can't honor the person in the best way that they deserve to be honored. That's how I want to say that. Amen. Continuing. All right. It says, of course I have regrets, but now I also realize that these were merely opportunities to grow. And that's exactly how you can take it. Is like, if you're feeling regret in any which way, just change it up into, these were opportunities for my growth. Because again, a lot of us people, we are there for a reason or a season, and or better, right? And or lesser, right? So my whole thing is, when it comes down to it, opportunities to grow is exactly what you transmute your fucking regrets into. Or you're like, oh shit, I didn't fucking know. And it's like, it's okay. Like, don't fucking regret, because it affects all of us. And turn your fucking turn your regrets into opportunities to grow. And like, let yourself know that like, okay, I just fucked up because it was an opportunity to grow. No big deal. Moving on, right? It's really no big deal. What I find a big deal though, I get hung up on whatever. I'm gonna leave myself out of it, but whatever. It is what it is. Take it as what I just said. It says, we never stop learning here on earth. It says, we never stop learning here or on earth. My deepest wish is that from my words, you learn to treat another person as you would yourself. Amen. And we all have so much work to do when it comes down to that, because we can be super just unloving about that, right? But also, to be honest with you, I'm gonna take it in the most imperfect way. Is there are certain people that deserve really good treatment, right? And then there are people that absolutely dish out fucking horrendous treatment and expect good treatment. That doesn't fucking work. So the whole thing is, it's like, you know, and whether you are in a position that's higher than somebody, or you know, or have a title or anything along those lines, you know, it doesn't my whole thing is, when it comes down to it, it doesn't, all that shit doesn't matter. You do have to treat another person as you would like to be treated. But what I wanted to say there, because I kind of like lost my train of thought, is literally, what did I want to say? I'm going to just reread it. It says, my deepest wish is that from my words, you learn to treat another person as you would yourself. Okay. And I really did lose my train of thought, but it's okay. So, long story short is, treat everybody as best as you can. Oh, I was talking about how different levels of people, I think I might have even finished that thought. Surprisingly, I'm like surprised. There are people out there that really, that literally don't treat others as well as they can treat others that deserve it. You know what I'm saying? And that's only because they don't have enough self-love treatment. This is why I'm all about self-love. Like, you give the love to yourself first, and that will exude, and you can exude that out onto others in such a genuine way, but also in a way where it's like you can pull back. It doesn't have to be everything given out, right? So what I'm talking about here is, considering the world, there is somebody, or maybe two different types of people that give the world from themselves. Okay, so it could be actually divine feminine aspects of us, but it also could be very worldly people, and or people that travel the world, that like literally have lived differently, And that could be like because they went through a lot of shit. That could be because, you know, what's the word that I'm trying to say? What's the phrase that I'm trying to pull? Is that it literally, like, there's just different types of people we're talking about here. So my whole thing is, we're talking about the people that, what is it that we're talking about? I am so sorry. My deepest wish is that my words, you learn to treat another person as you would yourself. Okay, whatever. So we're talking about, I was talking about self-love there, but there was something that came through that, you know, the whole thing is, here's the thing, that's kind of also an expectation where we can't really expect good treatment to come from anybody, honestly. So the whole thing is you have to live how you would want to live in this world, right? There's that quote from Gandhi, and I forgot. Be the person you want to. Shit, I forgot I'm forgetting the fucking saying, but be the person you want to see in this world, right? And long story short, the whole idea there is that's all you can do, right? But also live it with some fucking boundaries, because honestly, there's people that like live up to that, but then also, you know, divert from that. And I think the people that live differently honestly deserve that the most in terms of treatment from other people. Is like, you know, like they're supposed to be shown a lot more grace because they're actually living more boldly, right? And again, no regrets to like anybody who like mistreated us, anybody. I always love to like think about Cinderella in those moments where it's like, you know, Cinderella was taught to be kind and to, what was it? To forgive and to be kind. There's like one version of Cinderella that I love. And, you know, and for me, that makes a lot of sense, but there's an extent there. There's a boundary there. Like, I'm like, listen, like, you can only give so much until you get frustrated with fucking assholes who just don't give a shit about the whole kindness thing. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm kind of a little bit more of a badass when it comes down to it, but I'm also a little bit of like, there's only so much shit that you could take in this life until you fucking start to become, you know, more self-loving, where you're like, dude, we're not playing that game anymore. Like that's even little kids don't even play that fucking game. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, there has to be an end to it at some point, and you as a person could be that like end game. You know what I'm saying? Or begin to be that end game, right? The dead end for people. It says, we never stop learning here on earth. My deepest wish is that, we already read this, but I'm going to read it again. My deepest wish is that from my words, you learn to treat another person as you would yourself. That's just called respect also, which is first given and then received. People don't realize that. Let go of the old earthly patterns of judgment and fear. Also, I want to insert there self-judgment and self-fear, right? And make an effort to bring love to everything and everyone who walks upon your path. That way, when you come here, you will have no room for regrets, I promise. Listen, in my life, there's no room for regrets either. It's either you nail it or you fucking fuck it up and you apologize, right? Like, it's one of those things. But also, the apology in my aspect in my life is not to just apologize, but to back it up with an action, right? Because an apology, very sadly in this world, can be very superficial. And not that my apologies are superficial, but sometimes I want to make sure that I literally have all my bases covered, like to make sure that that person knows that, like, it's a reiteration of it. You know what I'm saying? So like I may not even apologize until I actually get the backup of what it is that I, you know, feel that person is owed. You know what I'm saying? So my apologies could be super delayed because I'm like waiting for the backup of the maybe materialistic you know, like surprise to come with it, just to kind of just to kind of, you know, really make sure that the person knows that they're valued. You know what I'm saying? Because I really do value people. I love people, but people just like, I feel like a lot of people just don't self-love themselves, which is super sad to me. But I understand that because I came from not a lot of self-love, right? I had to work at it. And thank you, God, that I'm semi-born with it too, in terms of my astrology chart. So that was, I guess he had me, he was like, listen, bitch, you can't be working on your self-love your entire life. You have to fucking be doing some work. So it's like, get to it, motherfucker. And so he kind of installed that in me, if anything, you know what I'm saying? For me not to really kind of dwell on that being. And I honestly don't think that anybody should really dwell on it, but it's more so like having that sense of like, I'm here on a mission, I'm here with a purpose. Like if somebody doesn't like me or love me or doesn't want to help me, like it's up to me, and that's it. You know, I come in this world by myself. I leave this world by myself, if that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the truth is, I come in this world by myself, but you never know who the fuck you're gonna leave with. Even though I always like to say that you're most likely gonna leave by yourself. Not that I would want to take anybody down with me. I am just saying, you never know who could fucking be with you when you leave. You know what I'm saying? Ew, this is so nice. And so my whole thing is, if you have any regrets, talk to heaven about it immediately, because you know what you regret immediately when that fucking shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But also, how do I want to say it? Okay. I'm just going to say that I think people out there just need to start talking to their guru of a god, whether or not you believe it or not, or like start talking to your own faith. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, but my whole thing is, find the person that you believe that you believe runs the show. I'm like slurring, but not really, but maybe a little bit. In a little bit, I'll probably start. Just kidding. What was I gonna say? So basically, my whole thing is, find the person that you believe. Find the person. Listen to me. Find the entity. The positively powerful and creative entity or value that you believe in, that really kind of created you, which, it could be love, right? It could literally be the value of love, like, oh, love created me, you know what I'm saying? And because it's one and the same, and they're all invisible anyway, right? Invisible energies. But long story short, it's time for you to start speaking, right? It's time for you to start speaking up and relieve yourself from the fucking burden, from the burdens that literally have you feeling guilty, feeling remorse, feeling regret in any way. It's literally time. I always tell people, because when I learned about the freedom of that, I said, holy fuck, people need to do this more often, Actually, there's a movie that I'm watching that somebody is even praying to their fucking trophy, and I was like, yo, that's so clutch. So my whole thing is, it's like, pray to your trophies, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's such a good idea, if that's on your altar or whatever, fucking awesome, so I have to just give it up to that whole trophy thing again, because that's pretty awesome. That's like champ status. So my whole thing is, it's like, pray to like whatever you think is necessary. And actually, yeah, somebody was praying to their altar, and the funny thing is, the little kid that comes into the room is like, hey, he asked his mom, he's like, hey, are we religious? And she's like, no, I don't think so, like, not that much. And he was like, oh, because I just found Dad praying to the trophy. So the whole thing is like, I was laughing because it's like, you know, you think it's a religious thing, but sometimes it's not. You know, sometimes it's just like a relieving thing instead of a religious thing. It's a relief. Like, you just need to talk to somebody, voice it. And if it, and by somebody, I mean, don't, like, it doesn't have to be somebody. It could be an invisible somebody. Like, somebody fucking hear me out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of thing. You know, it could be talking to heaven. It could be getting on your knees. It could be, you know, a whole bunch of different things. Even water. Talking to water is super, super powerful. People don't realize that. And water is, if you guys didn't see my like a few days ago or maybe a week ago, I reposted in my stories about how a guy was talking about water and how powerful that is. So it's like, talk to your water. You know what I'm saying? Put a little face on your, you know, be creative. Put a little face on your water bottle and just be like, this is Maury. This is, you know, that type of thing. All right, so I'm getting that I need to go now. Enjoy yourselves, guys. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for listening. Thank you for enjoying. That's the most important. And yeah, there's a couple of things that I wanted to like repost today. So not repost, but post up. So be sure to look in my stories. I think I'm going to do that next because what's coming through is potent. And it's very self-reflective, and it has a lot to do with what's been on my mind as of the last 2 days. So I think it could help you too in terms of like, you know, where you're at self-assessment wise, like emotionally speaking. Because it's very, it's powerful to, you know, to recognize where you are, to recognize where you can get better, and then also, I guess, like, do better on rebalancing yourself, and maybe even, quote unquote, make a plan. But I'll see if I can, like, put something together in terms of making a plan and then reposting that, because that'd be really cool, in terms of how to self-regulate your own self spiritually, because that is the foundational point of, you know, your lily pad bounce off, you know what I'm saying, where you're like where you're gonna just take flight from it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna get a little creative, I'm gonna get a little powerful on you, and be sure to look into my Instagram stories, also the Illuminated Muse. So thanks a lot. Talk to you guys soon. Bye. Enjoy your day.